Yeah, we're here. We are live. I am running solo for just a little bit, and then Leah will be joining me here in just a little bit as well. So, yes, we will be having we'll be having some fun tonight. We're just gonna hang out and just talk about all sorts of nerdy things tonight. Talk about Free Comic Book Day. Talk about Maul and getting ready for that finale. And then we're also going to be talking a little bit about May 4th, what our plans are for May 4th as well. Um, just gonna have a lot of fun tonight. It's gonna be a casual thing as well. Like it's not gonna be it's not gonna be like crazy. It's just gonna be a relaxing evening. Because you know it's May. It's May. Which I'll never, ever, ever do that again. Um, sorry, I keep saying here, but yeah. So let's dive into the fun. Hey, Brennan, how's it going, my friend? I hope that you're doing well, sir. Um, yeah, let's kick things off. Yesterday was Free Comic Book Day, which is one of the best days of the year, in my opinion. I love Free Comic Book Day because yeah, exactly, Zach. Because it's just one of those things where not only do you get free comics, but you get to support your local comic shops as well. And we should be doing that on a consistent basis. However, um, it's also another great opportunity for people that have never been to their local comic shop or didn't know that there was a local comic shop to discover that place. And in this day and age, in this climate, in this economy, you know, supporting small businesses like our local comic shops is a great way to you know to fight back against the big corporations and everything. um Also, before we get started with the Free Comic Book Day haul here, I did want to take a minute just to um I'm glad that you're here, Brennan. I'm glad that you're here, my friend. I just wanted to take a minute to say a few words about Spirit Airlines. For those of you who know me, those of you who don't know me, I do work in the aviation industry. I do not work for Spirit Airlines. I'm not going to say which airline I work for, um, because you just no offense, you don't need that information. But as somebody that works in the aviation industry for an airline, it is really hard to see that happen because a lot of people lost jobs and they didn't even know that they were losing those jobs. I mean, Spirit ran a tight flight schedule up until the end, and it's crazy that they did that, and they didn't even let anybody know. So, um, if you do know somebody that did work for Spirit, just reach out and just let them know that you're there, and you know let them know that you're there if they need to talk. Let them know you're there if they need any help. you know um, even if you can just even if you just want to start a GoFundMe for any of them or anything like that. um, hey, Amanda, how's it going? Hope that you had a good Free Comic Book Day. um, but you know it is very unfortunate, but I wanted to talk about that tonight at the start of the show because um it's kind of breaking news. And for people that travel to conventions and everything, there were a lot of conventions going on this weekend throughout the country, throughout the world. And it's one of those things where and people on vacations, a lot of people are stranded in Orlando right now because of Spirit Airlines being shut down. So just let's just keep our thoughts open, and for these people, send them positive vibes to the passengers and the employees all affected, because it sucks. It really does suck. um all right, let's dive into the fun stuff now. So yes, free comic book day was yesterday. I did not go to my one local comic shop. I went to a different comic shop, kind of just like 15 minutes away from me. Um, that was having free comic book day, and they had just like moved into like this new space and everything. And so I said to myself, you know what? Let's well, my wife was like, how about we check this place out? And I said, you know what, why don't we check this place out? Yeah, yeah, honey, I'll come up with that idea even though you came up with that idea. So we we did go over to one of our local comic shops for it, and I am going to show you all the haul real quick. Okay, that is that. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do that separate. Okay. Okay. So the one store that we were at, um, not only did they have the free comic book day and comic book giveaway day, or comics giveaway day books, but they also did have some other comics left over from a couple of weekends ago, which I'll get to that here in just a second. So I got this Flash Gordon #1, Mad Cave Studios Flash Gordon #1, by written by Jeremy Adams, with art by Will Conrad. Mad Cave has been killing it with like um, these pulpy comics lately. Whether it be Flash Gordon, they also have Defenders of the Earth. They have the Phantom, Dick Tracy, all of these amazing titles. So if you're looking for some like modern comics that have these retro feels like Flash Gordon and the Phantom and Dick Tracy, definitely check out Mad Cave Studios. Really, really cool. You know what, I'm gonna save that one for last, and oh no, I'm gonna just do this one then. Then I picked up the Dungeon Crawler Carl #0. Um, this was I had a hard time reading this book. I only got about a quarter of the way through, and then I put it down. So I think I'm gonna try it. Just to Yeah, I think I'm gonna try again. I'll check the comic out, but then I also think I'm gonna try the book again in a little bit after I get done reading The Martian. Um, this was an IDW or Boom. Yeah, this was Boom. Comics giveaway day. It was My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And then on the other side was Boom, or Gem and the Holograms. I my wife picked this one up. My wife picked this one up. Um, so yeah. And then we have Aquamanatee. That's a little fun book. That's a little fun book. Yeah, I like this. I'll read it. I'll check it out. And then this was the one I was super excited to read from Free Comic Book Day / Comics Giveaway, and that's Something is Killing the Children: Road to Slaughter. This is an Erica Slaughter centric. Yeah, yeah. This is an Erica Slaughter centric story. Like most of Something is Killing the Children, except for like House of Slaughter and Books of Slaughter. There's a lot of slaughter in Something is Killing the Children, if you couldn't tell. Um, so there's that. Then they had all these leftover free comics from Superman Day. And because I was out of town for Superman Day, I was not able to go to my local comic shop and pick up the Superman Day books. Give me 1 second here. Just checking something real quick. Okay. So I figured, oh, I saw them, so I figured I would check them out. So here we go. We have some. These are all super family centric books. We have Supergirl's Superheroes, and you can see here there's Crypto there. Gotta love Crypto. And this was the same person that did Aquamanatee, and you can see that the art is very family friendly, and I love this. So there was that one. Um, they also had a Yeah, so they also had the first issue of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I love this cover because of Crypto being there, but also, Supergirl doing her thing. Um and they wrote Supergirl Day, actually, Supergirl Day for that one. But yeah, really really happy with these two. Um then they did a DC Finest, which, if you've never read DC Finest, I actually have a couple of them here. They are these collections of stories. They're similar to like compendiums and omnis, but they are definitely cheaper. But you can still get a lot of issues in them. Actually, let me show. I have one like literally right here, ready, ready, ready to go. Um, and that is this is the 0 hour crisis in time one. So you see it says DC Finest, and this is the event's 0 hour crisis in time, and like this is how thick it is, and this covers about 20 plus issues. So, um, so they actually did a DC Finest for. They've done a bunch of Superman DC Finests, which have been amazing. They've been absolutely fantastic from what I've heard. I have not read a Superman DC Finest yet, but yeah, this is the Time and Time Again #1, written by Dan Jurgens. I mean, with by Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern, and Bob McLeod. Um, and then on the back, we get Supergirl, which I know Mandy is really excited for Supergirl because of her girl Millie Alcock. Which I'm actually excited for the movie too. And then they had, yeah. So they also had a Supergirl #1 for Superman Day or Supergirl Day. Yep. And as you can see here on the cover, it's Crypto and Streaky, which we can't forget Streaky. Um, this was okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, this is awesome. This is really cool. So this is the first issue of the current Superman series, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Jamal Campbell, I believe. Yeah, Jamal Campbell. Yeah, just such a great first issue. I read this on DC Universe Infinite, but I was like, you know what? I love this cover. I need it. So there's that. And then they also had, this was a free comic book day. This is the DC Comics Next Level sampler, um, which has Batwoman, Deathstroke, Firestorm, Lobo, Zatanna, and Barbara Gordon. So this just showcases a bunch of the series that they are currently working on in the next level version of the All In Initiative. And then on the back here, you have the My Adventures with Superman Season 3 poster. So Yeah, really cool. Really good free comic book day. I did get yeah, the sampler is really cool. I really love what DC's doing with Next Level. Um I did pick up one thing as well. And that is the Mandy, you talked about this character in Discord, but I'm going to talk about this character now. I picked up the Nightwing DC Compact. This is Leaping into the Light. And this is the Tom Taylor run. And this collects wow. Okay, so it collects Nightwing 78 through 83, Nightwing 87 through 81, and then Superman Son of Kal-El number 9. So yeah, it collects quite a few. I've talked about these before, but I need to talk about these again. These are amazing. I have an entire stack of them over here, um, right by my desk. These are great. These are the compacts, and these are roughly the size of a manga, just like maybe a little bit smaller. And it's a $10 price point. It's a $10 price point, and you get so many great stories. So like this one's Nightwing. Um, I also have Batman White Knight, which I'm gonna read here soon. I read it years ago, but I want to read it again. This is when the Joker goes sane. Great Elseworld story. Um, Gotham by Gaslight. Um, I have Kingdom Come, Far Sector, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, uh, Superman, Batman, Birthright, New Frontier, all sorts of all sorts of fun stuff there. But yeah, I love these DC compacts. They're just a lot of fun to read. Just they're great, and at a $10 price point, you really can't beat that. So, chat, if you participated in a free comic book day, please let us know what you got. Um, Also, I forgot what I was going to say. I literally just jumped my train tracks. Melissa, if you're watching, that is a reference to you. Yeah, so it's been an interesting weekend. Um, we also did Star Wars trivia on Friday night. We placed fourth out of 16 teams. You got a big stack of comics. Nice, nice. Um, just real quick about comics, we are going to do more comic book based content here on the channel as well. Not just Star Wars comics, but we're going to do like all sorts of comics because um I really feel that comics are such a great way of storytelling that you know it's such an amazing way of um yeah, it's such an amazing way of storytelling, and I am so sorry that I am all over the place tonight. I apologize. It's been a week and a weekend. But yeah, so Star Wars trivia was good. There were some difficult questions. There was one that was worded um it was about who shot first, Han or Greedo. And they said, according to George Lucas, the question was in A New Hope, we all know the famous cantina scene. According to George Lucas, who is the canonical person that shot first? Um, I believe most of the bar got this one wrong because now we all know in the original trilogy Han shot first. Like we all know that. And we accept that. Han shot first. That's it. We're good. But then in subsequent releases, they've made it that Greedo has shot first. So the answer to the question actually was Greedo, because George Lucas has stated that Greedo in fact shot first. He's standing by that edit. Which I'm not going to argue with the creators Star Wars. I'm not. In my opinion, Han shot first, and a lot of other people's opinions, Han shot first. But you know, it was Greedo. So there was that one. Um, they asked a question about the working title for Return of the Jedi. So it was like, what movie had the working title of Blue Harvest? And it was Return of the Jedi, but I kept thinking Empire Strikes Back for some reason. Um, they asked a lot of they asked a few Oscars questions too, which I was like, okay. One of them was about John Williams and his nominations, and like, John Williams has been nominated for a bunch of Academy Awards. Um, and they asked the question, how many Star Wars movies had he won the Academy Award for Best Soundtrack? And it was only one. But we actually got that question right. And it was for A New Hope. The other Oscar question that they asked was who won best you know I believe is who won an acting award for Star Wars, and it was Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan. So, it was an interesting time. It was a fun time. We had a good time. We yeah, the final question was it was box office, and you actually had to um list in order highest to lowest total grosses for like which movie highest to lowest would have grossed more. And I think it was like A New Hope was there, Attack of the Clones was there, Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi. So it was like A New Hope. Yeah, I think it was like A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, and then Attack of the Clones. And and I think we mixed up Jedi and Sith. And whatever. So we if we had nailed that question, I think we would have placed third. But it's okay. It's all good. It was still a fun night. Um, had some great food, hung out with some amazing friends, and yeah. Hold on. Um, yeah. So it was fun. It was fun. Um, what's everybody else gotten up to this weekend, and who's excited for May 4th? I did so on Friday. I took off on Friday because um, we were going to go out of town this past weekend, but um, that ended up not happening because we just wanted a weekend close to home. So I did binge watch and catch up on episodes 3 through 8 of Maul. Um, we'll get to that. Okay, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it. Um, okay, strap yourselves in, folks. If you do not want spoilers, please leave now. Excuse me. I'm gonna say this. It's Maul is an entertaining show, and I love the animation. I think the animation that we've gotten recently with Star Wars has been incredible. Um, Like Bad Batch and Maul and even Tales of the Underworld have done these incredible, just visually beautiful stories. Just absolutely beautiful stories. I feel like this show, and I'm going to say this again, I enjoy this show. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. I think that the animation's perfect. The fights are great. The voice acting is incredible. I mean, Werther Mora as Lawson, hands down, love that dude. But I'm going to say this. This show suffers from an identity crisis. And I don't and it feels like a lot of Star Wars shows recently have been suffering that. And I'm not bashing Star Wars. I'm not. I'm not at all. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. I think it's very entertaining. Do I think it's the best animated Star Wars show? No. Bad Batch is the best animated Star Wars show. Sorry, Rebels fans. Sorry, Clone Wars fans. Sorry, Shadow Lord fans. But Bad Batch, in my opinion, is the best animated Star Wars show. But it just feels like this show, and I'm paying attention before a lot of people say, well, you're not paying attention to what's going on. I'm paying attention. I'm watching the show just like you are. I'm paying attention to what's going on. They don't give a clear goal. They don't give a clear vision of what Maul's goal is in this show. You get hints of it. And in this 8th episode, it feels like it kind of it feels like the story is kind of like Maul has two different goals here. He wants to usurp the Emperor, of course. Like he just wants to be done with Sidious, right? He wants to be done with Sidious. And I get it. And seeing those flashbacks to everything that happened with Maul and Sidious and Savage Opress and Sidious, like I get it. I get it. However, going to the crime syndicate thing, yeah, he was burned by those guys too. And it feels like both of these stories are taking a back seat to each other, right? Like, I feel like they're having a hard time juggling these stories because on the one hand, yeah, you want to see Maul definitely go on this revenge tour against the Emperor, against Kenobi, against all these people, right? Now, I will say this. I know Shadow Lord got greenlit for season 2. They're working on season 2. I get it. I understand that. However, I feel like there's no clear goal for this season other than outrun Inquisitor and try to become a criminal mastermind, but also take down Insidious. Like it, it's just all up in the air, and I feel like the show kind of suffers from this identity crisis of what it wants to be, of what it wants to do. But then again, a lot of first seasons of Star Wars shows have done that. I mean, let's face it, Clone Wars was all over the place in its first season. Rebels was all over its place in its first season. And they're both amazing shows. Bad Batch was. Definitely Bad Batch was. Resistance was. Um, just so I mean, even the and I'm not just talking about animation, I'm talking about live action as well, where I mean, The Acolyte was all over the place. And I'm going to say this again and I'll kind of be done with it for right now. Um The Acolyte, the thing with the Acolyte is it should not have been canceled. I believe that, and we've talked about that many times here on the show. It should not have been canceled. Lucasfilm and Disney did a disservice to Star Wars fans by listening to this small little corner of the internet that was pissed off because they thought that the show was too woke, and because it didn't have a leading straight white man, the show couldn't succeed. And it's far from it. They were also pissed off about Kiadi Mundi showing up, which, whatever, dude. Get over it. Just get over it. So there's that. I also feel that another show that suffered from an identity crisis was the Book of Boba Fett, or Mando 2.5. And I know a lot of people are like, but I love those episodes of Book of Boba Fett with the Mando. Okay, yeah, no, they're fun episodes. They're really entertaining. However, in a show called The Book of Boba Fett, Boba Fett should have been the primary focus. Yes, yes, John. Yes, you heard Mando 2.5. Um, yes, Mando 2.5. Um, but that's essentially what that show is. That show is Mando 2.5. Shadow Lord is essentially Clone Wars 7.5 in a way. Um, yeah, Shadow Lord is like essentially Clone Wars 7.5, Rebels 0.5 in a way, and like Solo 0.5, because it's, it's the Darth Maul centric story. I also feel that this show could easily God, I'm gonna get some shit for this. Pardon my language, but I'm gonna get some flack for this when I say I really believe this show would still work without the Jedi Master and his Padawan. I know a lot of people love them, and they're very entertaining characters. However, I feel like the introduction of Devin is kind of, or the inclusion of Devin and her master kind of leads to the identity crisis of the show as well. Because you would think that, I mean, yeah, Maul's looking for somebody to help him defeat Sidious. I get it. I get it. And at one point, in Rebels, he believes that Ezra is the way to defeat Sidious. Totally get it. Just like in Clone Wars, he believed that Ahsoka was the way to defeat Sidious because Skywalker wasn't on Mandalore. So yeah, he sees Devin as a way for him to accomplish that goal. However, they haven't done anything with that story. And I hate to say it like that, because they've had these clashes and everything, and they've had like these moments of tension and everything, but like they haven't built to a satisfying story for them. Now, granted, we do get the final 2 episodes of the season tomorrow, and they could just blow us away in these final 2 episodes of the season and be like, yeah, this was Devin's plan all along, this was Maul's plan all along, boom, here you go, this is what's going to happen. However, we need a lead up to that. I'm one thing that I've noticed again with Star Wars shows, and like I said, I'm not hating on them. These are just valid criticisms that I have for these shows. And John, before you say something, I know what you're going to do. You're going to egg me on. Um, you're going to egg me on in the chat. I just know it. Anyway, Star Wars shows have this way of rushing things or like taking so much time to get to the end. Yes, you know. Star Wars shows have this problem of either drawing it out way too much and then rushing to the end, or rushing everything to get to the end for the end to be drawn out and not have a satisfying conclusion. There are two shows since, well, okay, three shows since Disney, okay, four shows since Disney took over that I believe have had really solid seasons that have not really rushed to the end. Um, Rebels was one of them. Rebels had, I mean, every season of Rebels was just absolutely freaking solid. Andor is another one because they just let them just do what they wanted to do with that show and it worked perfectly. Bad Batch is another one. Yeah. Bad Batch, especially in the final two seasons, they really did take their time with not rushing to the finale. And they did a really good job with it. And then I would say there's a tie for the fourth one. And I would say the first two seasons of Mando. And then I would also say The Acolyte. I believe that The Acolyte didn't really rush to its finale. It just felt like it did, but it didn't at times. I believe that, yeah, I believe that the first two seasons of The Mandalorian are absolutely fantastic. And I have issues with the first two seasons of The Mandalorian. I really do. But it's one of those things where you would disagree. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I would love to hear that opinion. Um, but I feel like the problems with the Acolyte were just it was that online chatter. But they also didn't know like what kind of what the length of the episodes they wanted it to be, just kind of like Mando is. Um, I will say this. An honorable mention. I'll go an honorable mention here. I believe Skeleton Crew didn't rush. I think Skeleton Crew did a really good job at establishing that corner of the universe. This is where I'm going to catch some flack. Um, Ahsoka is all over the place. While it's an entertaining show, it is so all over the place when it comes to the story and everything. I know Rebels fans, you're going to be pissed off at me for saying that. Um, but that's just how I feel about it. My favorite story in Ahsoka was the Acolyte was rushed as AF. The filler episodes didn't help. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I totally get it, and we talked about it last week. The God, I'm blanking on his name. Um, it was Ray Stevenson's character in Ahsoka. Um, God, and I have his freaking Lego minifig here. Let me Google this. Balin Skull. Balin Skull. Yeah. Um, Balin's story in Ahsoka is amazing. And honestly, I wish that we had just gotten that story and just that story. Um, I get it. Ahsoka's a Rebels. Ahsoka is a Rebels sequel, and I love it for that. However, It has a lot of issues. Book of Boba Fett has a lot of issues, like we talked about. Mando 3, while it's a very entertaining show, they rush the whole recapturing Mandalore thing. They do, and it just does not have a satisfying conclusion. Um, I also believe that another problem that I have with the Book of Boba Fett is that it erases all of the hard work that it erases that ending to Mando 2, and it still doesn't sit well with me. Am I still going to see Mando and Grogu? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I am. Yeah, we are. My wife has confirmed it. And it's fun. I mean, it's going to be a fun movie. I can't wait. Especially seeing Zeb. Like, yeah, I get to see Zeb on the big screen. I'm good. Like, I'm good. That's all I need. So we will see there. But those are the issues that I have with Maul. I just I just really feel that this is a show that could definitely take its time. Like, give it 15 to 20 episodes. Like, really give it time to like just breathe. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to watch a 15 to 20 episode season. Well, that's up to you. Like, if that's how you feel, cool. In my opinion, I'd rather watch a 15 to 20 episode season. That's why I'm grateful for The Pit and why I watched it week to week, because it was 15 episodes and week to week. It was great. And it reminded me of television in the 90s and the early 2000s. It was fantastic. I loved it. Star Wars can do the same thing. Like, this could easily do the same thing. Now, I did like what I'm going to contradict myself again, but whatever. I know. I know. I know. I mean, anime was like 30, 40, 50 episodes a season like when we were growing up. But yeah, I know. I know like the limited season run is, but it sucks though, because yeah, I know like a lot of these, especially in the era of streaming, a lot of these shows get picked up for multi seasons, and that's great. I think it's fantastic. However, start these stories. Like, what I was going to say with Andor was we got 24 episodes of Andor between season 1 and season 2. And we had for season 2, we had 4 releases of 3 episodes each, which was great. It was fun. Loved that they did it. Loved that they did it that way, because you got to watch the entire story arc unfold in that week. It was fantastic. However, I would have loved 1 episode a week also. Like, I am so contradictory tonight, and it's not even funny, but whatever. I just like, even broadcast television now is like 15 episode seasons. Like, it's really. Oh, well, we have to have the mid-season break. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I get it. I get it. Unions, and I get it. I get it. I do. Well, they also do need more depth. A lot of these shows do need more depth. Um, I'm looking at, and I'm not just talking Star Wars shows now. I'm just talking a lot of shows in general just need a lot of depth, especially like if they're limited runs. Like, okay, so I'm watching season 5 of The Boys, which I still need to watch the most recent episode. And I'm wondering how they're going to wrap this thing up, because it feels like they're going nowhere with it. Um, and those are about an hour long each episode. Um, and I just feel like at this point they're just keeping the show going just for like shock value and everything, because like every season, like, they seem to just one up themselves with something just absolutely gross and okay. For Star Wars Day, he's in Andor and in The Boys? I'm trying to think. Oh! No. No, because he was in Mando. He was in Mando. I was thinking of the Doctor. Um, okay, John, you're gonna have to hit me. Oh, oh, so the Doctor, the virus Doctor in The Boys, the clone Doctor in Mando. Let me see here. Oh yeah, no, that is him. That's really cool. That's really cool. I like that. That's cool, John. Yeah, so Dr. Pershing from according to John, Dr. Pershing from Mando, he was also a doctor in The Boys, is was at the Nats Star Wars Day. That's really cool. Um but yeah, it's one of those shows that I feel like they're just kind of just spinning in their tracks right now. A lot of people said that about this season of Invincible, which I think this season of Invincible was incredible. And one of my favorite seasons of television in a very long time. Plus, I just love the way it ended. And like a lot of people are like, "Oh, that pissed me off." Okay, I get it. Like if you have valid criticisms, I get it. But if you're just hating on the show just to hate on the show because it didn't end the way that you wanted it to end, whatever, dude. That's like me hating How I Met Your Mother because I didn't like the finale. I don't like the finale to How I Met Your Mother, but I still love that show. I think the final two seasons of The Office are two of the worst seasons of television, but you know what? I still love The Office. The final two seasons of Game of Thrones, or that final season of Game of Thrones, is absolutely awful, but I still enjoy Game of Thrones. We can still enjoy these things and still have criticisms about these things. And I think that's the biggest issue here because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, you're just a, you know, that's the crazy thing about internet culture. Like you praise Maul, you're a shill. If you have criticisms, you're a hater. Like, really, really, you're go touch grass. Just go outside and touch grass if that's how you're going to be. I'm just, I'm tired of it. Like, I'm just tired of this when it comes to just I don't know. I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed when it comes to having criticisms, like valid criticisms, and I'm not talking about neckbeard criticisms. I'm talking about valid criticisms um, of these things. Just whatever, man. Just go outside and touch grass. Like seriously. There's, I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna move on from the whole mall topic. Other than I am excited, I'm gonna say this. There's way too much crap going on in the world right now where we shouldn't be bringing our arguments into this kind of stuff. Just watch the show, enjoy it, and just shut up. Like if you don't have anything nice to say outside, if you have valid, like I said, if you have valid criticism, cool. But if you're just gonna just shit on it just to shit on it, just don't talk to me, man. Just don't even talk. Like, whatever. Yeah, if you can't say something nice, just keep your mouth shut. Yeah, yeah. I'm just done. My wife's kind of talking in my ear and telling me what to say. I know, and I appreciate it. And now Pickle's coming over, but you're not going to see Pickle. Um, what was I just going to say? Oh, May 4th. Yeah, so May 4th is maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Um, you all might have heard of this holiday. You all might not have. If you can't say something nice about Solo 2 never happening, then don't say nothing. Okay, gonna stop laughing. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Um, yeah, no, I know Solo 2's not happening. Shadow Lord is the closest thing that we're gonna get to a Solo 2. I get it. I get it. Just whatever. Yeah, so tomorrow's Star Wars Day. And there's actually some pretty decent deals and everything going on in Star Wars games and merchandise and everything. They just this week they just announced that Star Wars Galactic Racer is going to launch on October 6th um, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I will be picking this up on PS5. And you can actually pre-order the standard deluxe or collector's edition today to get like bonuses and stuff like that. And apparently, like if you pre-order on a specific platform, they will give you livery colors based on that specific platform. So like for Xbox, it'll be like kind of like green and silver. For PlayStation, it'll be like blue and white or blue and gray. And then I believe PC was like a kind of like a gray thing, but I'll have to take a look at that again. Um, let me see how much the pre-order is. Um, let's see here. So the base game on PS5 is going to be $49.99. Let me just make sure. They are going to do physical copies of this too. So the base game for PlayStation 5 physical copy is going to be $60 at launch, which isn't bad. The deluxe edition is going to be $80 on PS5. And you get a steel case with that. You do get a steel case. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And then the collector's edition. Oh, that's really cool. So the collector's edition comes with the base game with the steelbook. You get a model for the land speeder. You get pilot patches, a physical art book, and then exclusive Repulsor Craft livery. And then you also get a banner, which is really, really cool. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Galactic Racer. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty exciting, and yeah, can't wait for that one. There's a new. This one's up your alley here, Zach. There's a new Monopoly game Monopoly Star Wars Heroes versus Villains. It's going to launch June 11th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, GeForce Now, and PC. And you can pre-order now to get in-game dice skins. Okay, cool. And apparently Ubisoft is behind the Monopoly one. Zero Company is still on track for this year. You can wish list it for PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Um, Power Wash Simulator 2 is getting a Star Wars pack. You play as POW2, a humble class 5 cleaning droid turned filth fighting rebel. Wield the jet force of high pressure water to blast away Imperial scum from 6 iconic Star Wars locations and ships from the original trilogy in this epic dirt busting saga. The Star Wars pack is coming to Power Wash Simulator 2 this summer for PC, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PS5. Um, Luke Skywalker is coming to Brawlhalla, which is kind of like a Super Smash Brothers clone. Yeah, so that's going to be happening. Star Wars event. Galaxy of Heroes is going to have a season focused on the New Republic. You're going to have Mando go in there as well. Yeah, Mando and Grogu are going to be part of that New Republic thing. Star Wars: The Old Republic. This May, Star Wars: The Old Republic has a variety of rewards for all players, including 50% off collections, or 50% collections unlock sale, 25 to 75% off, all inspired by items in the cartel market, and a double XP event, as well as a special treat for subscribers. Players with an active subscription between May 1st and May 22nd will receive the Vectron Phantom RC2 mount inspired by the Razor Crest in The Mandalorian and Grogu for free. Plus, anyone who logs in during that same period will receive an exclusive BXRC Probe Droid mini pet. Disney Dreamlight Valley fans, looks like Star Wars and Star Wars items are going to be coming to Disney Dreamlight Valley. It says for a limited time, pick up new and returning Star Wars inspired items in Disney Dreamlight Valley to celebrate May 4th. Try on Padme Amidala's Summer Meadow outfit, build your very own Tatooine inspired village with the Tatooine decoration set, and befriend an all new droid with BB 8, plus catch some of last year's items with the return of R2D2, Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, and more. Celebration runs from April 15th to May 6th. So if you have not played Disney Dreamlight Valley yet and you do have it, log in now for that. All right. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm coming in late.
How dare you?
No.
How dare you? I am just talking about some of the May 4th fun stuff that they're releasing.
Incredible. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
not, I'll admit, been keeping good and up to date with that
it's
because
okay.
I have been, honestly, a lot of my plans for celebrating Star Wars this month have been really focused on the release of a certain movie as well
Oh,
as a certain
Starfighter next year.
49th anniversary.
Nice. Nice.
Um, but yeah, I'm uh always excited for May the 4th.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I was just talking about Maul, and I'll get to that again here in a second
Ooh.
with you. Um, but I'm just going through some of the video game stuff here from StarWars.com. If you are a player for Disney Emoji Blitz, Star Wars emojis are coming to the game. Um, there's a Star Wars event happening in the Disney Tsum Tsum game. Disney Star Wars Spellstruck, Lego Skywalker Saga is going to be on sale There's an EA Star Wars triple bundle, which includes Squadrons, Fallen Order, and Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is also on sale right now. You can give up to 75% off for that one. Fallen Order is 90% off right now.
I mean,
Yeah,
and if you haven't played it, you need to.
yeah, yeah. Survivor is 85% off.
And if you haven't played that and
Yes.
you've played Fallen Order, you need to.
Squadrons is 90% off.
Also a very good game.
Yes. I Squadrons is very underrated. Squadrons is very underrated.
Squadrons is one that every once
Hey,
in a
Anakin.
while I come back to it.
Yeah, yeah. The Sims, you can get the Journey to Batu game pack for up to 30% off.
Only canon if you're on the East Coast.
Hey, Dina. Well, yeah, no, that is true. That is true. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it is. It is
It's
only canon on
complicated.
the East
It's
Coast. Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah, yeah, which we'll get to that here in a minute too. Um Sims free play with Star Wars, you can pick up a Grogu statue, lightsaber wall lights.
Everyone loves
Okay.
Go-Gurt.
Gogurt, yeah. Outlaws is 75% off.
Very good game.
I love Outlaws. I still need to finish the Hondo DLC, but I
Oh my!
love Outlaws.
There is a moment towards the end of the Hondo DLC, and I've seen nobody else talk about it. So I'm like, did I do something that only I got to see this moment?
Yeah.
Cause it's one of those moments in a Star Wars game where
Hmm.
you put the controller down and just stare at the screen and just let it wash over you. Cause
Nice.
it's just like I feel like I'm in the Star War.
That's because they lived the Star Wars. That's because they lived them dead.
Like I
Um,
won the Star War.
I know. I know you. Yeah. Um, the remaster for Dark Forces, which was a game that I loved as a kid back in 19 something. Um, that is now $20. Star Wars Pinball has discounts. Okay. Um, oh wow. So remember all the remasters that they've done outside of like Dark Forces, like they did Jedi Academy,
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter, KOTOR 1 and 2, Jedi Power Battles, Force Unleashed, Racer, Republic Commando.
Uh-huh.
There's a big grand collection. It's called the Star Wars Grand Collection that is 65% off right now.
Wow.
And you can get it on PlayStation and Nintendo for that grand collection. Um, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of video game merch, and I believe there is. Okay, so we have other merchandise. There's a Black Series Darth Vader helmet. Eh. Oh, it's a mini helmet, so you can't even wear it. It just goes on a stand. Uh, there's a Rex mini helmet. There's a skeleton. Okay, okay. I gotta share this. I gotta share this. I'm sharing the screen. Yeah, there we go. Here you go.
Oh
There's
wow.
there are skeleton crew tiki mugs, so you can get a Neil tiki mug and a Shmee tiki mug. I know it's SM33, but it's Shmee.
I just rewatched Skeleton Crew.
Nice, nice. You can get bounty hunter coffee.
I feel like Bounty Hunter coffee feels like a euphemism.
Yeah, it comes with like the one for Grogu is called like Cantina Caramel Crunch, and then the other one's called the Beskar Brew. Okay, that's cool. Um, A Mandalorian Grogu tank top for girls. Cool. Of course, you got your standard Funko Pop, mini Funko Pop. Okay. Art of coloring the Mandalorian and Grogu. There you go. The N1 Lego set, which is
My father's favorite. I guess that would be his second favorite ship because his first favorite is the original yellow paint.
I do love the yellow paint N1. I do love those.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah. There's a Mandalorian and Grogu and Zelen drawstring bucket crossbody bag from Loungefly. And there's some Anzelans there. Um, oh, we can get Grogu Neller wafers.
And
They are
they're teal.
like they're teal.
They're
They're
like
like the
the cheaper
cookies.
version of the cookies that he had.
Yeah. Hmm.
Honestly, I can't really fault that. That feels like a slam
No.
dunk.
Yeah, my wife's like, we're gonna have to try to find those. They're called Grogu Nilla Nummies. Oh, these are those stupid things. The like delivery droid things
Yes,
that are like
yes.
$2,500. Yeah, I'm good there. What do you think here, Leah?
I think I cannot foresee myself making many of these purchases. However, if I do come across the Nilla Nummies, I might have to
Oh, Nilla
get
Nummies?
a box
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
two
yeah,
or four.
yeah.
Um,
That's how I am with Star Wars jelly beans around Easter.
yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I had no real
Okay.
bonus additions beyond that.
They did release a look at some of the fan merch for Celebration.
They did.
Yeah, so we will take a look at that here in just a second. I gotta click through it real quick. There we go. First look.
I love that when I go to open up the StarWars.com website, the first suggestion in my like search history is the map of the galaxy.
So this is a bomber jacket, which I think is pretty cool looking. I think it's pretty cool
Yeah.
looking. That's probably about $150 bomber jacket.
Oh,
Um,
for LA, yeah, for sure.
yeah, this is a Twin Suns Polar Fleece print jacket. That's pretty cool.
I've
I like that.
I've seen people going ham over that one. People really want that one.
It's a
Understandable.
beautiful one.
It looks
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. It's
It's
absolutely
also
beautiful.
kind of it does dual duty as both being the twin sunset and also kind of being evocative of the maybe this is just me. It's kind of evocative of like the handmaiden
Oh
sunset
yeah, yep,
dress.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I totally see that. Yeah, yeah, because you have the darker colors up here, and then it gets lighter as
Or
it
like
goes
the
down.
Padme I hate sand.
Yeah. Yes. I hate that. It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere. Um, Spirit jersey that has the opening crawl.
I like this one partially because I think how funny it must be how the text at the top must get curved when you like put your arms down.
Yeah, yeah. For somebody that has worn a Spirit jersey, yes, I totally get this.
A long time ago in a galaxy far.
What's your shirt say? Um, Here's a pin.
50 Star Wars.
Yeah, 50 Star Wars.
Man, it feels like just 10 years ago it was 40 Star Wars. What's next? 60 Star Wars?
Sorry. Um, the track jacket. It's all right.
Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that they went with like the Dodgers colors for it though.
And I really like that they went with the like Star Destroyer wall lighting
Yeah,
pattern
yeah,
for this for the arms, but it's also evocative of like the Corellian piping on the pants.
yeah,
Cute.
and that yeah, and there's the pants.
Yes. If you wanted a Star Wars Celebration tracksuit.
Who doesn't want a Star Wars Celebration tracksuit? Um, this is a long sleeve or a football jersey. That's cool. I like it. It's kind of like a rugby shirt.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like it. I like it.
yeah, I do too. Baseball jersey. I actually really like this baseball jersey.
Lot of sports adjacent garb in this section here.
Yeah, just a little bit. But you also have those LAFC colors there too, with the black and the gold.
Indeed, indeed.
Yep. A lanyard.
They have those every year. This is a nice lanyard, though, actually,
It's
all
a very nice
considered.
lanyard. Yeah,
Um,
because you got the Death Star and Yavin right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I haven't gotten a lanyard at a celebration since 22, and
Oh,
I think this might actually be the better lanyard.
yeah. And tote bag. I like the
Tote
tote
bag,
bag.
always got to have a tote bag.
Yeah.
You've
I
got
like.
to have the tote bag right near the checkout in the celebration store so
Yes.
that people go, well, there's no way I'm carrying all of this out of here.
No way. No.
The
No.
quintessential impulse purchase.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how they get you. A duffel bag, which
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
I don't know how I feel about this. I think this is actually the worst piece. I think this might actually be the worst piece. Sorry.
I'm just letting it ride. I'm just
I
letting it
get it.
float over me.
A magnet, which is cool. It's the
Everyone
same as
loves a
the pin.
magnet.
Yeah. The
Putting it
hat
on
I
my
like.
fridge.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a hat. I
I
still have
like
my
the hat.
Tawulsu Celebration 2026 or 2025 one.
Mm,
Sits on my hat hook.
nice. Nice. A logo patch
Logo patch.
and a sticker.
You gotta have the stocking stuffers.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. I do like this three-quarter sleeve. I like
It's
this one a lot.
classic.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's a slam dunk.
Mm-hmm. Women's logo shirt. It's cool.
It's the same thing but with short sleeves and
Yeah.
slightly different cut.
Hmm.
No notes.
Same on this
No
one.
notes, same thing.
Yeah. Same on this one too. Just
Okay, we could use a little more mix. There we go.
the endless summer one. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, I will get to that here in just a few minutes. Thank you. My producer just handed me a note, so I'll get to that here in just a minute. I do like the Endless Summer logo. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Um, Endless Summer is a classic movie, by the way. Um, I like the
Star
magnet.
Wars.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I like the poster. I like the poster a lot, actually.
I do like the poster. I think it is funny trying to have a skyline for an LA thing because if you've ever been to LA, you know that the skyline is about
You want me to?
yay big
Hmm.
as a percentage of the city.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha. Yes, I haven't been to LA, but I do know what you're talking about. It's kind of a very minimal skyline. Um, okay, that's a pin.
Same thing, different. That's a
I like the
fan.
fan.
Same
I
thing.
like the fan.
Yeah,
Yeah. Another
with a
Spirit
little
jersey.
Spaniard.
Yeah. I like the Spirit jersey
I
more
like
than
it.
the other one.
Well, because it doesn't like it's the image on it won't be messed up when you put your arms down.
That is very true.
That makes a huge difference in my book.
I get that. I get that. Let's see here. Another shirt, this time with the art, which is fine. I like the blanket. Let's see
The
here.
blankets are always like they're always the one that people don't get it at the actual convention, and then at
Yeah.
the convention they're like, I should have gotten that.
Another pin, but the celebration logo.
This feels like the kind of thing that they're gonna hand out in lines when the line is
Probably.
too unforgivably long.
Oh, for sure. This is going to
And
be
I,
that
for
go-to.
one, am looking forward to putting that next to my Star Wars Visions pin that they handed out for when the lines were too long at Celebration in Japan.
Nice. Let's see here. Oh, here's the endless summer one also. I like this one a
This
lot.
is
Yeah.
real nice. This is
Yeah.
real juicy.
Yeah. That one's really cool.
I could see myself getting that one.
I would wear that one.
That is a
Another
magnet.
magnet.
I would not wear that. I'm not magnetic.
Yeah, I like the celebration hat. I
I
love
love
that
the
they
celebration.
Photoshop this logo.
Oh yeah, the logo is 100% photoshopped on, but it's a good logo. It's a very
Yes.
honestly, the logo is like I wonder if that's going to be kind of a logo that's associated with Starfighter.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. I like it. I like it a lot, actually.
No, because it really does like it plays the balance between like the Republic symbol, the Jedi symbol,
Hmm.
the New Republic symbol, the
Yeah,
Rebellion symbol, the High
yeah,
Republic. Like
yeah. It does. It's a really good mixture of all of it. I like it. There's the magnet or logo patch. I mean,
yeah.
there's the sticker, which they'll probably hand these out too.
Oh, they will
Um,
hand these out like they are like the printer is broken and just keeps printing them. That's how they're gonna hand them out.
yes, yes. Hoodie. I actually like this zip up hoodie. I kind of wish I was gonna go to Celebration so I could get that
A
hoodie,
zip
but
up hoodie is never a bad
yeah,
idea.
yeah, I agree. There's the logo T-shirt for women, which it's nice. It's nice. I like the gold, kind of like hyperspace look on the background.
I love a hyperspace. I
Yes,
love something evocative of hyperspace.
yes. I love how they wrinkled wrinkled the shirt.
And it really makes it clear that they just photoshopped the logo on.
Absolutely.
Like I know that that's how these like print on demand shirts work. It's just like
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah, but this is like really bad. And then there's the youth shirt. So yeah, all in all, not bad, not bad.
It's the real thing about the celebration store is the stuff that's the like key art merchandise and whatever is always about the same. It's your shirts, your hats, your lanyards,
Yeah.
whatever. The real place where they get you, and this is where the Celebration Japan store got me,
Hmm.
is where it's like Wicket W. Warwick coaster. And you're like, yes, please, absolutely. Or they're like Ewok nesting doll, and you're like, yes, absolutely. I will take two of them.
Yes. There's
And
also yeah,
it's got all the different it's got Tebow and Weechi and
yeah,
amazing. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I love how Star Wars is pretty much like, can we interest all of your glup shittos in coasters? like, like, would you
I,
like this
for
coaster
one,
set?
love my Glup in coaster form. Um, when will they have a coaster for Kyo Venzi? When will they have a coaster for?
the one, the one I need a coaster for is Therm Scissor Punch.
Oh my god.
We were talking about glup shittos last week
I
because
love a Glup. I love a Glup.
because like B, who's like a casual Star Wars fan, she goes, "What's a glup shitto?" And I was like, "How do I explain this?"
I so here's the real way for a character to become one of my all-time Glup is for me to use them in a tabletop role-playing game campaign that I
Fair,
run.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, here are the characters that are all-time Glup for that reason. Um, uh, uh, all of the characters from The Village Bride.
Okay.
Um, uh, all of the characters from Lo Pinocho.
Okay.
Mungo Baobab. Orion, uh, Jessica Mead. You may recognize if you really know your Star Wars. Those last three are all from Droids.
hmm
Another one from Droids, Jan Tosh.
hmm
These are some of my all timers because they all show up in my TTRPGs all the
Nice.
time.
Nice.
Um, because look, if they're gonna give us a former a former owner of R2 and 3PO who had to sell R2 and 3PO because he was going to the Imperial Academy. I'm totally going to bring him back after he's been to the Imperial Academy.
I get it. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Dina, I like the logo stuff too. Oh, real quick, my wife wanted me to show this.
Yes. What is the thing that was handed?
There were a couple of things that were handed. So Friday we went to Star Wars trivia. We placed fourth out of 16 teams. There were some tough
Incredible.
questions. There were some real tough questions.
They
Uh,
always throw some weird questions in Star Wars trivias.
like the final question was about box office totals.
We one of the questions, sorry to
No,
interrupt
you're
your
good.
share.
You're
One of the
good.
questions at the last Star Wars, um, there's a Star Wars trivia competition every year at WonderCon,
Yeah.
and um, I don't even remember which rank I ended up in, but definitely not first, but definitely not like I was in such a position that I got an extra copy of Shadow of the Sith, which I then handed to my friend who has not read it yet to make them read
Mhm.
it. Um, but one of the questions was like, here's four um, toys, and you have to put them in the order that they came out in.
Oh my god.
Um, that was hard. That was
Yeah.
hard. Because it
Yeah.
was all things that like have been made multiple times. So unless you can really tell which version of the sail barge it is,
Yeah.
it's like, is this the version from like 2016 or is this the version from 83?
Is this the HasLab one? Like
Like is this Kenner or is this what's going on?
yeah. Yeah. The box office one was you had to list the movies from highest to lowest, like based on their gross.
With or without inflation.
It didn't account for inflation,
Interesting.
so it was I think it was like their total like box office like initial run.
Yeah.
Um. Oh no, it did include re-releases. No, it did include re-releases.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like it was A New Hope, Jedi, Sith, and Return of the Jedi. I mean, Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. And it was what, A New Hope. Yeah, it was some weird order, but it was like we got the first and the last one right. We got the second and the third mixed up. Um, but yeah, it was that one was crazy. Then they asked the who shot first question, but it was according to George Lucas.
McClunky.
Yeah, and of course, like I was just like, oh, it's Han, and then I'm like, oh, yeah,
According to
according to
Lucas.
George Lucas, it's Greedo actually.
McClunky.
Yeah, McClunky. And that's what was like playing in my head like after we answered the question. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh shit, McClunky. Oh poodoo.
Uh,
Uh,
I will absolutely my favorite question, and this was the question that only I got it right and made me feel really like I am the Star Wars fan for the rest of the night after getting this one right at WonderCon was
mm.
um it was literally the question was character shows up on screen and you just had to answer who is that character.
Oh
And I was like,
nice.
immediately the second he was on screen, I like hit the button. Kaibo Rencha from Star Wars Droid,
That's great.
season 1, episode 6.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Um yeah, there was another one that was what was the name of the film that had the working title Blue Harvest? And
Yep,
I actually mixed it up with I mixed Empire and Jedi up
fair.
because I was thinking like, oh, Blue Harvest, it's like right after A New Hope, like, and then I was like, oh wait, that's right, it was for Jedi.
Yeah,
Um, they also asked two Oscar questions.
interesting.
Like, one of them was how many Oscars has John Williams won for Star Wars? Like all of the movies, and he's only won one, and it was for the original soundtrack.
Yeah,
And then the other one was who's the only actor in Star Wars to receive an acting award nomination for their role in Star Wars. And I forgot it was Alec Guinness. I thought it was James Earl Jones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alec
I,
Guinness, underrated for people who
yes.
have not seen him outside of Star Wars. Once you see him in
Yes.
something outside of Star Wars, you're like, oh my god.
He's amazing outside of Star Wars. I saw him in a World War
Not that
II
he's not
movie.
amazing in Star
Oh
Wars,
yeah,
to be
I
clear.
agree. I agree. But I saw him in a World War II movie where he was like playing like a Russian soldier or something,
Yeah.
and he was incredible in it. Like
I mean,
incredible.
there's a reason why he was like the big name.
Yeah, yeah. But he said that he had like really hard times with Star Wars. So,
Yeah.
um yeah, so we placed 4th out of 16, which wasn't terrible. It was fun. We
Could be
had a good
worse, could be
time.
worse.
Yeah. And then like they threw in some like toss up questions. I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely betting like I'm definitely making that the higher point question, the toss up."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um so my
What
wife
next?
yeah. So my wife and I went to Pop Mart before trivia, and they have
Uh
these Grogu blind boxes now. And
Grogurt.
so yeah, Grogurt. I don't know
Grogurt.
if you can see that
Hmm.
much. But so she got a blind box, and this was the blind box. It's him
Oh,
with his little froggies.
he is
He
so
loves his little
cute.
froggies. Oh, you're gonna love this part too. Um, they have his little feet. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
Grogus feet.
no.
Um, and we all know how much I have a love-hate relationship with Grogus.
But
Oh,
I love him. I love him so much.
It's
I
very
wish
cute.
that he did not take over all of the merchandising for
Yes.
everything ever,
Yes. I agree.
but I understand because he is so cute. You literally
Yeah.
cannot deny.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is non-Star Wars related, but still weekend related. So um Target had a thing for the Pokemon thing. Like they released like a Pokemon collaboration. So my wife got this Arcanine tumbler.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then also got this Master Ball pouch.
Also amazing.
Yeah. Um yeah. And then, free comic book day. Picked up a bunch of comics. So
Free comic book day. Always
yeah.
one.
Did you do it?
I unfortunately had work things come up at
How
the last
dare you?
minute. I know.
How
I
dare
had
you?
to do a quarterly report.
Did you make sure there was a cover on your TPS report?
Everything was in line and was turned in on time
That's
to
good.
wherever it needed to be. Um, uh, work,
Yeah.
job.
Oh, I forgot to talk about this one. Oh.
Which one?
Uh,
¿Qué
all right.
pasó?
It's Fortnite. Um,
Mm,
yeah, they're doing Star
fork
Wars
knife.
stuff. Yeah, Fork Knife is doing Star Wars stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. Just
Wait, is that the one with the fascinating decision making in terms of
it
uh
has some fascinating decision making.
yeah,
Yeah, they have Mando and Grogu watch party Island. Um,
fascinating.
yeah, it says on May 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern, you're invited to the Mando and Grogu Island or Watch Party Island created by Fairview Portals and Beyond Creative. Set on Navarro, this island brings fans together for a special message from John Favreau and an exclusive look at a 10-minute sneak peek of the Mando and Grogu movie.
Cool
Oh
for
boy.
anyone who wants to partake in that.
Yep.
Honestly, Fortnite Star Wars tie-in always gives me flashbacks to a very plot relevant point from a certain movie only appearing in Fortnite. The message from Palpatine for Rise of
Oh,
Skywalker.
yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second because I'm very unfamiliar with Fortnite. Like, I just don't do that.
I ditto.
Yeah.
I only know about this because people are always like, "Why did that happen?
Why?
Why? WHY?
Yeah. So I have a new design of White Vader. Oh, cool, 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 cool.
Why?
Um, so I wanted to get your thoughts on Maul because I already shared mine, and I'm not going to yuck your yum.
I have been strongly enjoying Maul. And I
I,
think I've been enjoying Maul for a similar reason as well, no. There's a few things that I've been enjoying about Maul. One, I am I'm always a fan of when the Inquisitors actually get to feel scary.
yeah, they are
Uh,
scary in the show.
because sometimes they just get treated like a stormtrooper, but for
No, they do.
Jedi.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Hmm.
I like when they feel like an actual threat. And
I
in
get
this
it.
one, they actually feel like a good threat.
Hmm.
I really like Devin. Um,
Okay.
I like Devin. I like the energy that she brings into it.
Hmm.
Um, I like Iko for the same reason. I think he brings an interesting angle into this.
Ego.
Iko Diodaki.
Oh, her master. Her master. Yeah, yeah. I think of him as Guerrero from Major League. Um,
Um, and I mean, I've just been enjoying it in general, which I don't mean to yum your yucks.
no, no, no. You're
Um,
good. You're good. You're good.
but
I
yeah,
would.
I think
Yeah,
I think I have been solidly enjoying the show, and I'm looking forward to watching. Obviously, I know that it's out elsewhere on Earth, so I've been avoiding the
yeah.
socials.
Hmm.
Um, and I look forward to watching the last couple episodes.
So I said this earlier when you were finishing up
Yeah.
D&D, and I was saying how I am enjoying the show. Like I think it's a very enjoyable show. I will say you actually hit the nail on the head with the Inquisitors. They are pretty freaking scary.
Yeah.
Um, but I love the animation, and I think the voice acting's
Oh my
incredible.
god, the sound design, the animation design, like all of the production side is
Yes.
wow.
My problem with the show is, and I've said this again with a lot of other Star Wars shows, there's an identity crisis with the show because it doesn't know like what kind of show it wants to be.
I feel like this maybe is less so than other ones, but
Okay.
what do you mean by that exactly?
So, like, do they want this to be like a crime thriller, or do they want this to be a revenge tale, or are they trying to make it both because that's what it feels like they're trying to make it? You know what I mean? Like, I just want them to like pick a lane and just go with it. Like, I don't
Uh,
mind. Yeah,
the unfortunate thing when you name a show after a character is you kind
yeah.
of get the fact that that character has a lot of things going on in their character
No, I get it.
that don't maybe all fit the same genre.
Yeah,
Like Maul is a crime boss and he is full of
yeah,
vengeance and he
yeah,
is emotionally whatever.
yeah,
And it's like, unfortunately, when you have a mall show, you have to deal with all of that. If you had just had like a show that was just called Shadow Lord, you could have kind of like Skeleton Crew really focused on kind of one aspect of the galaxy
yeah. That's true.
and just you occasionally intersect with the New Republic when it's relevant, or you
Yeah,
occasionally intersect with um I think the two shows that really I mean, the two shows that had things that weren't just like a character's name were, or the three shows that, well, I don't know if we can really count The Mandalorian because it is just referring to Din, pretty much.
Book of Boba Fett is just referring to Boba Fett.
Right, Book of Boba Fett, just Boba Fett, Ahsoka, just Ahsoka, and you run into
Yeah,
the same identity crisis. Is this about Ahsoka or is this Rebel sequel? You got
yeah. That's my big thing
uh,
with that show. Yeah,
Book of Boba Fett. You call it Book of Boba Fett, and thus the episodes where it features Din Djarin feel really jarring.
yeah. It's Mando
You call it
2.5.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's like, this is great, except the parts of this show that are the best are the parts that are not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, with the
It's
path. Yeah,
the parts that are Leia, it's the parts
yeah,
that are the Path, it's the parts
yeah,
um, that are Reva Savander. Like, if you had called this Star Wars The Hidden Path, Star Wars Path of
yeah,
Justice, something like that. I don't know.
yeah,
Like, boom, ace in the hole, amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, but like when you call something by just a certain character's name, you're going to end up running into these problems, I think.
no, that's
I
true.
think
That is true.
Andor kind of avoids it, but that is
It
because
does.
Andor literally talks about how he gave his whole life to the rebellion, and it's
Yeah,
like, and you can see that because he has no life
yeah.
outside of the fight in the show.
I will say this, out of like all of the shows, Andor is like the most flawless show that they've done. Like,
Right, but comparing Andor to the Book of Boba Fett is
oh,
like,
absolutely.
it's like comparing it's like comparing Don Quixote to like some some AI written children's book.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
that came out a week ago and was self-published on Amazon. And
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
which no hate to self-publishing,
No,
but there
but
is
hate
hate
to
to
AI.
self-publishing
Yeah,
AI written books.
yes. Um, no, I get that. I get that. I just feel like with Maul, they're just juggling way too much in this first season.
Right.
And I was saying earlier, like they need to just let the show breathe. They just
Yeah,
need to let it breathe.
I mean, I think they would want to let it breathe. I
Yeah.
think they're just not getting the permission from whoever's making the call to have more
Yeah.
than the number of episodes that they have. Like,
Yeah.
this show would be so good if it were allowed that time to breathe, if it were given its like 18 to 22 episodes of a
Yes.
real season of television.
Yes.
I have been I have still been, going back and watching Frasier
Yeah.
and like shows that had seasons.
Hmm.
Like obviously Maul was never going to be Laverne and Shirley, not
No, of
even
course not.
close. They're
Of course
different
not.
genres
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think that if you want to have a story where it feels like, I'm almost thinking of like, what if Maul Columbo? But like
Yeah.
like it would have been great if you could have more of the season with Lawson being like
Yes.
not on the run. And like I get that you have to jump to that being the thing because you only have 4 episodes left and you have to wrap up the season. But like I would have liked to see like his dealing with this kind of, balancing different
Yeah.
aspects of the story. Maybe have him like meeting with the Jedi and not immediately getting caught out for it. Maybe have
Yeah.
it and like I don't I don't want to I don't think that these are specifically because of calls. Like I think there's some calls from the writers that I maybe
Yeah.
about, but
Hmm.
like most of those are in the service of we need to foreshorten the story.
Yeah. I get that. And I agree with that.
And
I
it's
also go ahead.
and it's tough because we don't know where the call to do that is coming from. And like the people are clamoring for long seasons.
Yeah, we are.
I think a 22 episode shoestring budget show, I am on the record as saying
Hmm.
that a shoestring budget multi-camera live studio audience sitcom would save Star Wars.
Oh, 100%.
I don't care when you said it, I don't care where you said it, and I don't care who the characters are. You get some veteran sitcom writers in the room, you get some novice
Yeah.
sitcom writers in the room, you get some SNL writers in the room.
Yes. Yes. Um, yeah, well, that's another thing too, like, Star Wars if there was a Star Wars comedy, people would love it, I think.
And I don't want it to be like because I don't think that what we would need would be like the detour style, like
No.
this is definitely tongue in cheek, this is definitely not. I want plaza. I want the holiday special. I want
Fair.
22 episodes per season, 3 to 5 seasons of the holiday special, and I'm not joking. I love the holiday
I
special.
know you do. I know you do. And I think that's a great idea. Like, I think a 22 episode season would be fantastic. And like, you get some SNL writers in there. You get some SNL people like Bobby Moynihan, who was on SNL and is no stranger to Star Wars.
No
Would be
stranger
like
to
perfect
Star Wars.
for something like
I
that. Yeah.
mean, like if you look at the people who wrote for Young Jedi Adventures, you have people with solid
Hmm.
writing credits to their
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
You have you have people who I think would be really good fits for like a long term,
Yeah.
long season shows. Like you don't need to have the craziest budget. I feel
Mhm.
like you could get away with having a shoot everything on the volume, save as much money as you can,
You know what?
Use your Wolfman costumes. Use your.
You know what?
Honestly, I feel like it would make the story better if it's like, oh yeah, we have the Wolfman back here, and it's
Yeah,
just literally a Wolfman costume from the backlot.
I would love it. Like you say, shoestring budget. Like give me that old school like Babylon 5 like looking stuff. Like not as bad, but like close to it.
I want Star Trek the original series pilot episode level.
Yes. Like a dog with a horn and like extra
I
legs.
want it to be. I want it. I want there to be jokes constantly about how bad it is, like how
Yes.
bad the actual design of things is.
Yes. And you know what? When the ship gets hit, I want them to throw themselves around.
And I think it'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
mean,
again,
yeah.
I don't care when it's set. I don't care where it's
Yeah.
set. I don't care who the
Yeah.
characters are. I just think like no name actors, glup shitos.
100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You make this like for like the internet like Lupshido people. Like
Well, I just think, you know, I just think there's so and I think we're leaving so much on the table by not having longer seasons.
we are.
I think part of the reason why people liked Bad Batch so much is because it was allowed to have a longer season than these other shows are.
'Cause
And it didn't even have like long seasons by television standards.
it had like 15, 16 episode
Yeah.
seasons. Like, yeah.
Um like people liked Andor, especially season 1, because it actually felt like a show where you had like an episode coming out per week. You have like
Mhm,
it's 12 episodes, but it feels like okay, this is actually really
the latest comparison that and we actually talked about this last week too, like the latest comparison that we've had with that, The Pit is like the
a bit.
closest thing that's come to like a long season. Um,
And I love the Pit. Pit's
oh,
great.
me too. Me too.
I and like obviously if you're doing the format of the Pit, you cannot do longer seasons than they do because
Yeah.
labor laws.
Well, I mean, 24 got away with it, but yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You eventually run into eventually the the characters are going to start passing out from exhaustion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
like one of
that
the
would be
running
actually a really interesting like next season of The Pit is like 36 episodes and you just see the actors like keeling over.
like, they're just worked for like
um,
like a 124-hour shift,
but
like a
no, like
36-hour shift. Yeah.
I think you've got to have your Star Wars sitcom, your Star Wars procedural, because I
Mhm.
think that would be. I think one, you could respond to things a lot faster. Like you see these
Yes.
television procedurals. Like obviously, you would need a little bit more lag time for something as
Yeah.
involved Star Wars than you
Yeah.
would need for like
Like Law& and
Top
Order.
Show number 477.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but
Like,
you could
give
still have some amount of like call and response with the audience. You could still have some amount of like
like, why couldn't Werther Mora, do a live action Lawson cop show? Like, that would be amazing.
Star Wars procedural is like one step below Star Wars sitcom for me in
Yeah.
terms of things I
Yeah.
want to see.
Yeah, because
Um,
I love well, real quick, because I love the investigation aspect of,
oh
like,
my god,
the show. Like, when it's from the cop's perspective, like, I'm so locked in.
that's also me with like the first few episodes of The Acolyte, where it's
Yeah.
like, imagine if we had like a like a Jedi outpost procedural. How
Yes.
crazy would that be?
Oh, yeah. And, like, not even, like, big galactic threats, but just, like, small, like, things, like, they're trying to solve, like, on
Yeah,
that planet or
just
something like
just
that.
pirates and natural
Yeah,
disasters
yeah,
and
like,
um
muggings and stuff.
look, Dave Filoni, email me, DM me. But yeah,
Our
I
DMs
think
are open.
like these are the kind of stories that people get really excited by the ideas of. These are kind of stories
Well,
that
even
people And even if people aren't getting like excited by it just in a vacuum, the idea of it, like I think people would really, I see how strong the fandoms of some of these procedural shows are. I see how strong the fandoms of some
Yeah,
of these um
the
the,
sitcoms.
these shows that are allowed to
Hmm.
grow and change are. I think like if you had something that was coming out more regularly like that, you could have
Hmm.
um kind of like Young Jedi Adventures kind of did. You could have your like holiday episodes. You could
Yeah,
have your
I
uh
miss holiday episodes for TV shows.
I know. Um there's a reason people like love tuning into the the Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving episodes
Oh,
and
it's such a great episode.
um
Yeah, I
or
mean, yeah.
there's a reason people still go back and watch like the Friends Thanksgiving episode. There's a
Um, yeah, the Christmas episodes of The Office.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's it allows you to tie in with what's currently going on. You could do a sitcom punch up of the pit style and have it be we have an hour to get this ship fixed before we have to go on this
Oh my God,
mission.
yes, yes.
Or not even we have 22 minutes to get this ship fixed.
And
22
events
minute
occur in real time.
sitcom. And then like the end of the episode is they take off and immediately there's like the as they like can't jump to hyperspace. Roll
I mean,
credit.
I would just love it, like if they did like the 24 clock, like at the end of every
Exactly.
episode, where it's like bing, 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 bing.
I just think
It would be amazing.
I just think there's so much opportunity that's being left on the table because
There is.
Star Wars is trying to make prestige television when that is not what it is. And I
That is
love
very
Star
true.
Wars,
Me too.
clearly,
Me too.
but it does not have to be prestige television. It can be Andor,
Oh,
but
100. Yeah.
I think it should also be allowed to be the holiday special. I think we need to remember
Hi.
the holiday special.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I should
No, I
rewatch
get
the
it.
holiday special.
You should rewatch the holiday special. I'm not going to rewatch the holiday special, but you should rewatch the holiday special.
I've been thinking of the holiday special again because I rewatched Skeleton Crew recently.
Oh, because of all the holiday special stuff that was like in
But the
in
holiday
Neil's
special
part
references.
family. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah. No, it was good. Well, anything else before we go? Oh, list. That's true. So this week for May 4th, I'm going to just name some a few small creators that do merch, specialty Star Wars merch and everything. Um just show them some love this May 4th. Some of our favorite stores, we have No Hope Supply and Only Hope Supply. They do some great Star Wars t-shirts, as well as other nerdy t-shirts. Rock Love, which is a jewelry place, they are discontinuing their Star Wars and Disney stuff. So please get your Rock Love on. um Bad Ash Designs. Is that where my shirt came from? Okay. Bad Ash Designs, which is a great creator. She created this Thrawn button down that I have that I really, really love. My wife's actually going to get it real quick. Padawan Pins, Hyperspace Props, Outer Rim Exports, and it looks like Girls Crew and Hans Pins. So please show them some love here. Let me show you the shirt. So this came from Badash Designs. I love this shirt to death. It's got the Chimera, and I love it. I actually ran into Badash herself at AwesomeCon. I was wearing that shirt, and I was waiting in the concession line, and she like bumps into me, and she's like, "You're wearing my shirt," and I'm like, "Oh, I am," and that was really fun. That was pretty cool. So,
Amazing.
yeah. So, enjoy your May 4th tomorrow. I hope that you all do some really fun stuff. I'm actually thinking I might stream on Twitch in the morning, like maybe play some good old Star Wars Racer or maybe some
Huge.
Republic Commando, something like that. So
Huge,
we'll
huge,
see.
huge.
Yeah. Leah, anything else before we go?
Um, May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
That is so funny to me. Someone someone was Catholic in that writer's room.
Amen to that.
Um, May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Um, for Light and Life, we are all the Republic.
Yeah.
Ha- Happy Life Day. We're in this
Sure.
totally wrong season for that.
No, you can still wish
Um,
somebody happy Life Day.
just
It's great to have you
yeah.
back, by the way. It's great
Oh,
to have you
great to
back.
be back.
Yeah.
Sorry I disappear and come back and disappear and come back.
Life happens.
Life happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us, people. Have a good
Well,
week. Bye bye.